Greetings. You may not know me, but it's best that I remain anonymous. Throughout the years, the Toa have faced many challenges, fought against the evil Makuta, and saving the universe. They were the protectors of the universe and were cheered on for their victory. But the Toas weren't the only ones that accomplished various tasks to become heroes. There was the great spirit Matanui. He wishes to make a legacy where all people can fight back their fears and despair. He created a kingdom called Knights of the Universe. Who are these knights, you ask? You'll know. Let me tell you about legends of great knights that fought battles and lived honorably by their people. The many losses of many Matoran that were lost in darkness would end up on an island of torture and pain. And with Karzani, the deceiver of Matoran has taken away many Matoran lives and made them into horrific forms. That's when a knight arrived at the island. Kaliru, undead knight of the island of Karzani. He was searching for the power of a Toa, and by fighting, he thought he would gain the power. Sadly, he died on the battlefield along with his troops. But then, he was revived by a mysterious being that gave him a mask of souls and became the Toa of Souls. After his revival, he started traveling and collecting the souls of the enemies he faced. His sword and shield are made out of a dragon that he defeated with his bare hands. His powers are the ability to consume souls to gain more power. That's why he's titled Undead Knight. We shall look through the universe and notice the wasted desert world of Barra Magna, where everything is full on war of the Katorians. Before Matanui arrived at Barra Magna, the Katorian Akkar had a plan. He heard legends of knights that could aid their battles in setting up a truce on every tribe. He traded a girl named Bellatora, the Knight of Barra Magna. Bellatora was the strongest of all and purest knight of there. She lived her whole life through suffering, but Akkar was there to help her and be her mentor. She holds a mace that can bash any enemy standing her way, and a shield to block enemy attacks. Bellatora wishes to make a world where all Katorians and Agoris to be at peace and with no war. She will never stop fighting until peace is back on Barra Magna. We go to the island of Matanui, where a nice tribe of Kokoro lived one of the Monatoas, Kopaka, the Knight of Kokoro. He was knighted through his dedication to his homeland, and once the Turagas called upon him, his willingness to do anything for the region was legendary. He now spends most of his time in the saloon waiting for the next mission. He holds a frost sword, able to freeze enemies, and with his power of the element of ice, he can control snowstorms to stop any threat. We go to the faraway island of Coco, where civilians struggle their efforts from the evil Makuta, and that's when Tarak, the first and roughly 16th Knight, trained a Conan called Jambo, ancient Knight of Coco. Jambo doesn't have any powers, but his will is as strong as his sword and shield. His weapons are made of a metal created by the Great Spirits themselves, strong enough to take down an enemy. Jambo is very skilled at combat, and he'll just keep on fighting until his destiny is reached. After the Battle of the Mask Makers, Ikimu was sent to an endless sleep, and the Protectors laid him to rest. Before Ikimu went to sleep, he told the Protector of Fire, Mamuk, to train his son to become a knight. So Mamuk did so, and he trained a boy named Otokari, Night of Coco. Otokari is a 15-year-old boy who loves adventures and fighting villains. Trained by Malik with special fighting techniques and elemental control, Otokari holds the Sword of Honor crafted by his father Ikimu using the element of thunder and the Shield of Unity. Otokari's purpose is to wake up Ikimu and save the Maskmaker City. We find an island inhabited by a kingdom full of knights and civilians. But there was one knight that was strong enough to take down any threat. When Namu, Knight of the Sixfold Oath, one of the 6 heroes that pledged together to destroy a great threat from beyond the plane. When Namu has no powers aside from using his axe that has a strong force against his enemies. When Namu is prideful and intelligent, and he'll always protect his people. We arrive at BIONICLE, the island of biotech, science, and invention, with Slicer, Knight of BIONICLE, originally built as a guard to the front door of the main laboratory of the island. Slicer earned his title of Knight by fearlessly defending his creators from an experiment that gone horribly wrong. Equipped with 2 handcraft sabers, he strikes down all enemies. His energy shield armor on his arms allow him to take many hits before damage. He may be a cyborg, but he has a heart. After Magnum was at war with the battle between Makuta and Matanui with his friends. On the Great Spirit robot body, it had an emergency plan in case if something is striking down the Great Spirit. Takama, Knight of Spheres Magna. Takama was a tool of fire created by Artaka himself to aid Matanui. He led armies of Contorians and was specialized in using projectile weapons. After Makuta's death, he decided to join the Barrack Magna armed forces, and he rose up the ranks to become the second in command along with his trusted friend Kronos. His abilities are mainly fire, and he wields a flame sword and a fire hammer. He is extremely strong and a serious knight. After the Toa Metro escorted the Matoran to the island of Matanui, the Matorans were lost and can't remember anything what happened. Until one Matoran, Malik, Knight of Matanui. Malik has lived his years as a Matoran, learning a lot of philosophy of the universe, and became a teacher himself. When he was escorted with the Toa Metro to the island of Matanui, he wanted to learn more about the history with the Taragas. He wields a sword and shield made out of proto-steel, able to cut down any metal and block any attack. Malik's element is unknown, but it's said that he was born as a hybrid of magnetism and water. Malik is a wise and strong knight. Before the island of Oyanui was destroyed, the Order of Matanui needs some new recruits to defend the Mask of Life. Luckily, they trained a knight named Gaia. Gaia was born a peasant Matoran, slowly built his strength to try out for the knights. He fought to gain the respect to his peers. He's now one of the most decorated members of the Order of Matanui. He holds a sword and a shield crafted by the Order themselves. Gaia is one of the 10 classes of the Order. He is a gentle knight and never accepts failure. Now that you know who they are and what they are capable of, it doesn't matter whatever the threat is. What matters is there always be people who willingly fight to protect everything they cared and loved. But here's something you did not know. Each one of these knights will always be there to protect the innocent from what evil is out there. Whoever becomes a knight is welcome to be a knight of the universe.